Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson Fury. The man finally responds, and this is what he has to say about this whole fiasco that's swarming around him and his cousin Huey. Tyson Fury says that he has never met this farmer who alleges he was offered 25,000 pounds to help cover up his drug test. He goes into detail. He says, that's Frank Warren's response. Okay, let's see. And we know what happened between Frank Warren and the guy. He says, how can anybody take this man seriously? Is beyond belief. Tyson Fury has never met this man in his life. What a load of rubbish. We'll leave this with UCAD to look into, and I don't expect it to go any further. It looks like the football season has been paused. There's nothing to write about, and silly seasons has instead commenced. And UCAD has confirmed they are looking into the allegations, by the way. Of course, Mr. Carefoot, give you guys a backstory if you haven't heard. He says, I just went along with it, and they always dangled this carrot that I was going to get paid. When things got quite serious, they offered me a sum of money before it went to court in London and a sum of money after. I went along with it because I suppose in my own way, I was just helping them out. Since returning to the ring, of course, Tyson Fury has fought 6 times and beat Deontay Wilder last month to become the heavyweight world champion for the 2nd time. Now, the thing you ask yourself is how this guy is responding. It does sound shady. You know, Tyson Fury gave a quick response to this, and it was kind of weird. He was like, well, hey, I never met him. You know, it was almost like Conor McGregor saying, well, hey, I never met Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? But he's heard of Tyson Fury, though. But since Tyson Fury never met this guy, this is exactly what I was telling you guys in my live stream. It's going to be hard for you to connect the guy or supposedly the entourage with Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury wasn't there present, for one, how do you know Tyson Fury sent this particular party to meet this guy? And for 2, how do we know that it was by the demand of Tyson Fury? Okay, let me remind you guys, I'm a movie buff. You know, I love watching movies or whatever. I'm in the film industry, yada yada yada. And it was this movie with Wesley Snipes and Robert De Niro. And it was called The Fan, and it was this crazy baseball fan, and he was just really infatuated with Wesley Snipes' character, which was a baseball player, and he had an off season or whatnot, and you know there was a lot of conspiracy theories on why he had an off season, and they had this other guy, this other player by the name of Juan Primo, right? That was played by what's the cat's name? Benicio El Toro, right? And this crazy fan, Robert De Niro's character, you know, approached the guy and actually killed him because he wouldn't give up his name because they thought, oh, he didn't have his number, he couldn't play like he's supposed to or whatever. So it got serious. But anyway, he, you know, found out to be this crazy fan that was quite dangerous. Now, who's to say that didn't happen to Tyson Fury if that was the case? Okay? See, if he never met this guy and this guy was approached by somebody that's a part of the entourage, how does he prove it? What does he have in his defense? Because he has to have something. He had to go somewhere to spill the beans, to whistleblow. He had to show like, hey, these guys offered me money and they never paid me. You know what I mean? And here's my thing. what I don't like about the farmer is the farmer's just trying to. I don't like how he's BSing everybody. Like if you read what he says, he said, I just went along with it, and they always dangled this carrot that I was going to get paid, right? Now, he said, when things got quite serious, they offered me a sum of money before it went to court in London and a sum of money after. I went along with them because I suppose in my own way, I was just helping them out. Well, look, if you were just helping them out, why were you not helping them out now? What changed in your moral structure? Because according to him, he's trying to say, oh, I was doing it because I was just being a good guy or a good person. But in fact, you really weren't. You weren't being a good guy. You were just doing this for the money. You know what I mean? Because it's like the end result is you told on yourself because first of all, you lied, which doesn't even make you credible no more. Second of all, you said, well, I'm coming forth because I never got paid. They dangled this in front of me, the idea that I'd get paid. And you know what happened? Whoever contacted this guy BS'd him, okay? They bullshitted him, and they teased him with the possibility of getting paid. You see what I mean? That's exactly what they did. And then therefore, because they did that, I don't think they actually promised him they were going to give him the money. They just told him they could give him the money. You know what I mean? So that's what it sounds like to me. And when he never really got paid, and he was like, well, I was just trying to help out, me being a good Samaritan because I didn't want Tyson. I'm like, well, you were lying. You know what I mean? Like, you were a farmer, and what did you have to do with a boxer? You know? But it just goes to show you at that time, Tyson Fury and Huey just should have like, hey, there was, yes, we ate something or whatever, if that was the reason, but they didn't even have to bring anybody in for it. So the question is, how did he know to testify for something? You know what I mean? That Tyson Fury knows nothing about. And in fact, this is the problem though. If you look at Tyson Fury and he says, well, hey, I never met this guy. I never met this guy at all. You know, Tyson Fury says he's confident he will be exonerated over the allegations that he offered the farmer $25,000 to help to cover up a drug test. Now, he says that he didn't offer it to him. But the problem is, if this guy came forth and offered evidence, written statements, that it was indeed wild boar meat or whatever, uncastrated wild boar meat, and that never happened, right? If that never happened, why is this guy here? That's the main problem. You know, this guy's going to come out of thin air. Yeah, he's a dirtbag, you know, obviously, because you guys didn't pay him, or someone didn't pay him, you know, someone that may or may not be attached to Tyson Fury to pay him to have a written statement. Tyson Fury, I guess, allowed that statement to happen or whatever. And obviously, if he allowed it to happen, he went along with the story. You see what I mean? So it looks bad on Tyson Fury because at that time, he was like, okay, this, that, and whatever. Maybe Tyson Fury wasn't thinking. Maybe, you know, his lifestyle at the time, his mental state wasn't really there. You could say that. You know what I mean? Now we could look at that like that. But in all, this guy comes out of nowhere saying that, hey, I just can't live with myself no more because I lied. And this, in 5 years, it's just really weighing on me. And, you know, oh, yeah, by the way, I didn't get paid. Like, what? Dude, you didn't get paid. That's why you're pissed off. That's why you heard this man got the heavyweight strap. You know he's come into a whole heap sum of money. And it looks promising for you now to come forth and to, you know, and to try to collect your money. And when he called Frank Warren and contacted Frank Warren, and Frank Warren told him to take it up with UCAD, okay? That's what pissed him off. And I think enough is enough. He said, you know what? This dude ain't gonna give me no money. His promoter, I've contacted him. He ain't trying to play. He ain't trying to play nice. It's time for me to play hardball. Okay, that's exactly what happened with this. It ain't because his conscience. It ain't because he couldn't live with himself with the lies. It ain't have nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with money. Now this is bad because this guy is trying to expose something that he helped put the lid on. And since he helped put the lid on, and he went there, you know, if I'm UCAD, and here's the problem too, the organization. The organization itself recently, you know, they had some real mischief, okay? They had some real shady stuff that went on. Look at the Dillian White situation. Look at that, right? And we have the Dillian White situation and how they drag things on and no one knew anything. They did the same thing to Tyson Fury. Okay, and Tyson Fury himself, you know, I think that helped him fall deeper and deeper in depression because UCAD dragged stuff on, and then Tyson Fury filed an appeal and accused them of dragging stuff on, and they were like, well, it's not really a particular time frame, but we are not dragging things on. You know what I mean? So it was almost like, okay, well, what were you doing? What was the point of you prolonging something that you should got to the middle of? Like, if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for them dragging this case out with Dillian White, he would have still had that mandatory position. But then all of a sudden, WBC got involved with VADA, which was stupid, right? And they took action based on someone else's information and problem and somebody else's case. You know what I mean? So it was shitty all the way around for Dillian White, though. Let's just be real. But for Tyson Fury, now these guys are trying to come back to, oh, wait, now there's new information. So we got to reopen this and, hey, we're going to give you more time and this, that, and the other. After they've already stretched out a whole amount of time that could suffice as a ban. Okay? And he relinquished the titles anyway, so none of that didn't matter. And since they figure, well, he relinquished the titles, therefore we couldn't really put the stank on it and really fine him or ban him like we really wanted to, or whatever, however that went, because he snatched that satisfaction away from him. Now they're trying to go back, according to a farmer that was paid to lie, so the farmer said. You know what I mean? It's like Watergate now, and it's bad. It's sad because you got this guy that's a non-credible liar, that's pissed off, and you know his story because he didn't get paid. Why are we here? You know what I mean? Like, why are we really here? A shady man said he did some shady stuff. Now he's doing some more shady stuff because he wants money. Because Tyson Fury is no longer fat, bald, broke. He's still bald. You know what I mean? Now he's on top. Now he wants to collect. You know what I mean? Because he followed the stories. He's researched, this man has money and I want some of it. Oh yeah, by the way, they offered to pay me. You know what? Now it's affecting my conscience, and man, you know what? I want my money. That's what we have. But Tyson Fury says he never met the guy again, and this is what we have to deal with. And it's going to be real hard unless this guy has some, just credible evidence from somewhere that he can prove that that guy was connected to Fury, like maybe one of Fury's cousins or brothers or whatever. You know what I mean? But it just depends on what he has. But it's a real shit show, people. It really is. But Tyson Fury is denying it. So we'll see what comes of this. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Tyson Fury denying claims that he ever met the guy. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.